If you feel burnt out, unmotivated, and constantly chasing stimulation, your problem isn't dopamine spikes. It's your baseline dopamine, and it's probably cooked. In 2025, improving your dopamine baseline is the real unlock for focus, drive, and energy. And if you have a 9 to 5 trying to build something on the side, I'm going to show you how you can use this to build it more effectively. I'm Thomas, I'm a medical doctor. I'm going to show you exactly how to build your baseline step by step. So why does dopamine actually matter? Whether you like it or not, things are spiking your dopamine every day. Social media, junk food, notifications, porn, even daydreaming. But here's the problem: every spike you get an equal crash, and this drops your baseline that little bit lower each time. And if you stack too many easy dopamine hits, your reward system is fried. That's why nothing feels exciting anymore. You may feel lazy, but you're not lazy. Your dopamine baseline is just depleted. Now let's fix it. Here's 5 science-backed dopamine habits that will rebuild your baseline. Number 1, morning sunlight, and especially in the first 60 minutes of your day. Sunlight hits receptors in your eyes that triggers dopamine release in your brain. Do this consistently, especially when waking up, and your dopamine level will increase. If you can do this for 10 or 30 minutes every morning, this will lead to more motivation, higher energy. Number 2, cold exposure. Cold exposure spikes dopamine levels by up to 250%. And the best part is this rise lasts for hours, not minutes. This builds resilience and raises your dopamine levels gradually with a gradual decrease. Unlike TikTok or YouTube shorts, you're not going to get that really big dopamine spike and that crash. Instead, it's going to be released slowly, come down slowly, and actually stay above your baseline. Number 3 is exercise. Exercise is dopamine stabilizer. Exercise increases dopamine sensitivity, and it teaches your brain to associate effort with pleasure. You can do this just simply by walking or some light running, or even going to the gym. With exercise, you're not just getting dopamine, but you're also getting other neurochemicals like serotonin, which is going to increase your mood, as well as endorphins. Number 4, and you knew I was going to get to this point eventually, and it's dopamine fasting. This one's probably the hardest one, but it is critical. It's not about adding in dopamine sources, but taking away the bad ones. To raise your dopamine baseline, you need to remove the cheap dopamine inputs. And it's not about denying them completely in your day, but just delaying them. When you wake up in the morning, don't reach for your phone. Delay that to later in the day. Do something hard. If you can at least delay these dopamine inputs until after you've done some hard work, at least your brain will associate that reward with hard work. Instead of emotionally reacting to cravings, you're delaying it and having more control over it. It's unreasonable to remove this type of dopamine completely from your life, but if you protect your mornings and your bedtimes, delay them until after you've done the hard work, then that's a good place to start. That leads us on to point number 5, deep work and delayed gratification. You want your brain to associate dopamine with effort, then reward. So do a deep work block. Do something hard, then give yourself some easy dopamine afterwards. This trains your prefrontal cortex to love the process in itself. Over time, you'll start craving the hard work. Work, reward, repeat, and that's how your brain rewires. In this way, if you're building something with a 9 to 5 after hours, and you don't have energy, you're not motivated, well, give yourself the dopamine, but do your deep work first. Maybe you come home from work and you do a 45-minute block, knowing you're going to reward yourself afterwards. You're much more likely to get into deep work, flow state, get something productive done, knowing you're going to be rewarded afterwards. So to recap, get morning sunlight, use cold exposure, have cold showers, exercise daily, reduce cheap dopamine, and pair effort with reward. Do these consistently and you'll find your baseline dopamine is that little bit higher. You'll be that little bit more motivated, more energy, more motivation to build or to study or do things hard. If you want the full template that will help you implement these habits, increase your baseline dopamine, especially if you're building something, a business, even with a 9 to 5, then you can click on the link in the description and get that template. If you found value in this video, then you can subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.